What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to the CHGO Bulls Podcast. Coming to you live from Stadium Swim at Circa Resort and Casino in sunny, hot Las Vegas.
Hot.
CHGO Bulls Summer League coverage presented by our friends at Shady Rays. Use that promo code CHGO at shadyrays.com to get to get 50% off 2+ pairs of premium polarized shades.
Try for yourself.
Try for yourself. What's going on, everybody? I'm Peck. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck. Joined poolside with my guys Big Dave, BWL Sports, and Will the Goat Gottlieb. Will_Gottlieb. We are CHGO_Bulls. Hashtag CHGO Vegas. Guys, day 3. How we feeling?
My voice is shot.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm good.
You were
Feeling
making
wonderful.
Lots of friends at the tables last night in not an inside voice.
That's amazing.
I am shocked to learn that your voice is struggling today.
I have fun. That's what I do. I have fun.
Maybe I'll finally
Everybody's
be
great.
as loud as Dave on a show.
You think so?
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll have to find out.
We'll get you to a 5.
Yeah.
That's loud for
Five
you.
would be great.
Dude,
To hear you yell would
heroic.
be something for me. I would be amazed.
Guys, before we dive into Bulls Game 2 from Summer League, how dope is this?
Dude,
Stadium
look around.
Swim is where it's. Look at that
Look at
shot.
the
Are you
angle. Oh, my
kidding me?
God.
I got
What?
you.
This is not
cool.
green screen.
Oh, my Lord.
For all of our Bulls fans back home in Chicago or anywhere else, this is where we actually are right
I look
now.
amazing in all these angles. This is special.
Dude.
Wow.
Shout out to Circa Resort Casino,
Wow.
our home base for our entire Vegas trip for NBA Summer League. There goes Mahrez from DNVR Nuggets in the background. He's
I know
feeling
him.
it.
Yes.
He's got his Shady Rays on, too.
He does. He does.
All right, guys, lots to get to in this show,
Yes.
and a jam-packed one, so let's get to it. We're also going to bring in our friend Gerald from PHNX Suns to talk about the Bulls free agency additions,
Big G.
because he knows those dudes pretty well.
I've heard.
Both
I've
of them,
heard. I've
Carter
heard.
and Craig.
I've heard he does.
All
two
right,
of them.
guys,
I've
let's
heard he
dive
does.
in
Little bit.
to
Little
Game
bit.
2. Bulls lose to the Grizzlies 87-80 is the final score. It was a tight one, back and forth all game long. Tied at half, tight game going into the fourth, and the Bulls offense the wheels fell off down the stretch. The Bulls couldn't buy a bucket. A lot of empty possessions down the stretch. And let's lead with this. Once again, a tough shooting day for Dalen Terry, the captain, so to speak, of this Bulls Summer League team. His second season playing Summer League. 17 points, including hitting 3 threes and getting to the free throw line, which was nice. But 5 of 21 overall from the field from Dalen. What did we think about his game yesterday?
So it was different for me because you could tell yesterday he was strictly focused on scoring. That's it. That's all he was trying to do. He had 14 points and no rebounds at one point. That's not him. That's not what he does. So he clearly was focused on that. So the 5 of 21 didn't bother me because I know that's what he was trying to do, score. That's it. Just trying to score the ball, see how it looks. The 3 of 9 I like because he took 9 threes. They all look confident. They weren't crazy, nothing like that. But no, I dug it. I dug how he played yesterday, man. I didn't mind it because I knew it's practice. We're talking about practice.
Not a game.
He was practice for me.
Not
So
a game.
30 minutes, focus on shooting, seeing if you can do it, seeing how you'll handle it. I was okay with it. It didn't bother me hard.
So he took 9 threes yesterday. He took 27 total last season. So totally agree. Like what you said, this is not him. They're trying to stretch him and see what he can do in other aspects of the game. The first play, they had him coming off a screen and trying to get him going downhill without having to create for himself. And I thought that was a really smart move. They were kind of running stuff like that for him all game, where he didn't have to be the primary advantage creator. He could just come off screens. He could, side pick and roll, swing, side pick and roll. I think that fits him a little bit better, but obviously the scoring is not something that you're probably going to see. I mean, 21 field goal attempts, 9 of them threes.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy, but I do think it's good for him to just try to get those shots off, try to see if he's able to do that. And I think we'll continue to see growth there. Like, it's not going to be perfect the first couple games. Definitely not what you want to see. You want to see him put up 40 if he's going to take 21 shots, but I think we just want to see steady progress.
And that's the thing. He was very off ball the outside game. Like Javon Liberty was running it, but Dalen wasn't doing Dalen stuff because he was doing something different.
He played more off ball yesterday than he did in Game 1.
Correct.
Which I think is what his game is tailored towards at the NBA level if he's actually going to get minutes. Nobody.
Yeah,
I see. Shout out to Kenny B in the comments here. Shout out to everybody hanging out with us in the comments. Kenny B said if Dalen evolves his playmaking abilities, that in itself is a plus for the Bulls, given that we're still lacking a primary playmaker. I mean, yes, that is true in some sense, but if anybody, even those who are high on Dalen's NBA potential, are looking at him to fix the Bulls' point guard problem currently or in the near future, I'm sorry, we are not on the same page. Shout out also to Be More XCII in the comments. I don't know how to read Roman numerals. It's hot. Before anyone trashes my boy Terry, he may have a bad shooting percentage, but he was creative with his shots and confident. I appreciate those things.
Yeah, exactly.
If there is one thing Dalen does not lack, it's confidence.
Yeah, exactly.
The most creative shot was that 360,
Oh my gosh.
unnecessary 360 layup that he missed.
I would have went nuts. I would have went nuts.
Reverse spin 360 layup. It would have been the play of Summer League.
Dude, seriously, man. And it was the layups he was missing. That was his only missed layup, bro. But yeah, that one, I was half out my seat. I was like,
The whole crowd was like, whoa!
Yeah,
it got an ooh from the crowd.
Yeah,
meanwhile, shout out to our boy Throne Hat, who said, Dave sounds like Bill Cartwright. What did you do to my boy?
Scotty,
Look how Vegas massacred my boy.
This happens, bro. It happens, man. I'll be back. Don't worry. I'll be back strong. I promise you.
A little lost voice can't keep Dave down.
Yeah, I'll be good.
So, I mean, is there anything that you want to see from Dalen that you haven't seen from him yet? The Bulls don't play again until Tuesday night, but I mean, another rough shooting day, but solid stuff. He was creative on the defensive end as well. There was one, I mean, the highlight reel of that Bulls loss yesterday was that fast break alley-oop.
Yeah, he
that started with
that dude
just smothering Dalen defense and then broke out to start the fast break and then threw a perfect lob for like a high-flying jam. It was excellent. Dalen's defense is awesome. What else do you want to see from him between now and the end of Summer League, though?
So for me, I think the role that they're moving him into, that they sort of gradually push him into, the first half of the first game, he was running pick and roll. He was the point guard. Second half, they kind of moved Javon Freeman-Liberty into that role and let Dalen, catch a reversal pass and run those side pick and rolls. And then again, in game 2, that was kind of his role. I just want to see him get better at that, see him make better decisions, not be too sped up, try to pace himself a little bit. He's an athlete for sure, but I think he would really benefit from being able to start and stop a little bit more, change of pace, because his dribble move package is not great yet. So I think he needs to get there with the change of pace, help him get all the way to the rim where he can really maximize his passing. Because I think that's probably his best skill on the offensive end right now, is just making the extra pass, being that connective tissue that can keep the ball moving. And I think he'll be able to do that best if he's attacking closeouts, if he's running those side pick and rolls. So I just want to see him get better at that each and every game.
Connective tissue.
Well
done. Well done, sir. Shooting. I just want to see more three-point shooting. That's all I want from him.
More than 9?
Yes. I want to see more. Keep doing it. I want to see him keep doing it.
All right, Dalen. More
because
than 9.
It's practice. I mean, I want him to see him do it. Because honestly, if he goes 5 or 7, people are still going to be like, well, it's Summer League. Right now they're going to be like, well, it's trash. He can't shoot.
But
so
honestly,
I just want to see him keep doing it. I want that confidence to be there for him when it's time to play.
And 3 of 9, I mean, 33%.
Right.
Not great, but not terrible.
I can live with 3 of 9 from 3 from Dalen.
Yeah.
Whether it's Summer League or if he's getting minutes in Billy's rotation next season. I can live with 3 for 9.
And that's a role he's going to need to play, right? We'll get the attacking closeouts thing. I think that fits into what he can do. But the catch and shoot stuff, I think he's not going to get minutes if he can't do that.
Yeah.
It's true.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second there because Genie in a Bottle is absolutely blasting from the pool deck behind us. I mean, shout out to a classic. Shout out Christina, but dear Lord, this music is loud.
Not your jam?
I mean, it was my jam in 1999 or
you
whatever the fuck this
if it was
song came out.
Metallica, you would not care.
No, but I feel like I would be one of the few people at this pool deck who appreciated Metallica blasting.
Oh, yeah, and they're not popular at all.
At just past noon. I see somebody in the comments here, Harmonator, saying, what are our thoughts on Justin Lewis? Love his aggression. So let's address this, then we'll take our first break. I mean, we heard from Coach John Bryant after Game 1 how thrilled he was to see Justin Lewis back on that court after a year of rehabbing from the ACL he suffered just after Summer League last year. And he goes down with an ankle injury. The Bulls PR, I believe, called it a left sprained ankle. Is that right, Will?
Yep.
And he did not return to yesterday's game. My guess is That's it for him at Summer League. And it's just really frustrating when you were so excited. I mean, Justin Lewis is one of the guys we were most excited to watch this weekend. He plays in Game 1. He's a little rusty, understandably.
A little bit.
He's out there in Game 2, 6 minutes into Game 2, bam, sprained ankle. It looked like he was in a lot of pain. He needed a little bit of help getting off the court and back to the locker room. We have not gotten any other updates yet, right, Will, as far as his status?
Yeah, we probably won't until, before Game
Game 3.
At least shoot around tomorrow morning. But just terrible break for him. Terrible break.
Yeah, it sucked, man.
It happened right in front of Matt and I. We were sitting baseline.
Flex.
And he just looked like he was in a ton of pain.
Yeah.
Did get up on his own, did walk it off to the bench. Looked like he was going to need a lot of help getting up. Eventually walked it off, but it wouldn't surprise me if he's out for a couple weeks. That did not look good.
It didn't look right. I'm glad it's only that, because the way he went down, the way he was holding it, you were really scared. You know what I mean? You were really concerned about what it was going to be, and watching him get helped off, like you said.
Right.
Yeah, it was concerning, but knowing it's a sprain, I'm okay with that. He's got time to heal, but I don't want to see him again. I'm good.
Yeah.
We don't got to see him again, bro.
You got to hope that it's not a high ankle sprain or a severe ankle sprain, because those can linger and those can be really tricky when you're trying to come back from them, because it can be sort of one step forward and two steps back when you're putting more torque and more weight on that ankle that's still a little flimsy.
And the play that he got injured on was another really nice drive. Looked like he could have gotten a foul there, but didn't. Took one other three, I believe, and had an assist and a rebound. So the production was starting to get there in only 6 minutes. I don't know if he'll be out for the remainder. I would probably just play it safe with him, but I want to see him get some consistent minutes. I think that's probably going to come with Windy City, which is fine. But you're right, man. I mean, he was like one of the marquee guys on this Summer League team, and to lose out on the first game with Julian Phillips, and then to have Justin Lewis go down in the first quarter of Game 2, it's just kind of a disappointing stretch here.
And it sucks because there have been injuries throughout the Summer League. Ben Thompson, Scoot. You know what I mean? Like, those guys getting hurt. This is what we're here to see. And not going to be able to.
So Mark Eversley did a courtside in-game interview on the NBA TV broadcast during Game 1. We couldn't hear it. It wasn't like the PA system wasn't playing it. Went back and listened to it yesterday. He did mention in that interview that Justin Lewis is going to be on a two-way. I know we were talking about that a little bit yesterday. So, from the horse's mouth, Mark Eversley said he will be one of our two-ways this season. So that might mean he might get some tick for the actual Bulls next season. So you hope for the best when it comes to that ankle.
So that means that we have Justin Lewis on a two-way, that we have Adama Sanogo on a two-way. One more available in the new CBA. They allow you to now have three two-way players. So we'll see who gets that final spot.
We'll see who gets that final spot. All right, let's take our first break. We'll come back on the other side, touch on Julian Phillips, the Bulls second-round pick, who did play yesterday after sitting out Game 1 because of the contract issue. We'll get to that. More thoughts and more of your comments after the break. While we share these words from our wonderful friends and sponsors, do us a simple, very fast favor. Hit that thumbs up button if you're watching along with us on YouTube. Helps us out a lot. We greatly appreciate it. And if you aren't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to make sure you get your alerts every time we go live on YouTube, the CHGO Sports YouTube channel. Big Dave, who's up first?
So, Baby Joey was in my room. I didn't know it.
Dangerous.
But he showed up. He left me throat lozenges and a note. And again, the note said, they never understood.
Never understood.
He don't get it. Why do these glasses cost so much? He don't get it.
Such a thoughtful boy, though, to leave you those lozenges.
It is. He's thoughtful and kind.
He's caring.
He's very caring.
Just like you are.
You're so nice. Independent sunglasses company, Shady Rays, offers that world-class product just as good as any expensive pair you put on your face. Durable frames, extremely clear optics for your outdoor, and we're proving it right now, outdoor adventures. Oh, it's amazing. You look amazing, by the way, sir.
You too.
And just like
it's hot.
The Matt Peck Lost and Broken Replacements plan. Gone, broken, messed up, destroyed.
Oh, no.
Guess what? Send that back Shady Rays. Brand new pair.
How did those get there?
Right on his face.
Holy crap.
Oh, it's amazing. And you're looking at the GOAT. You say he looks awesome. You want that pair. You put him on. You say, I don't look like the GOAT. I understand. I get it. Nobody does. But you can send it back as long as you do it within 30 days. No cost to you, for free. They'll send you a brand new pair of your style, of your choice. Don't ever try to look like this man right here. He's one of one. Exclusive for the listeners. Shady Rays, best deal of the season. ShadyRays.com. CHGO is the code. 50% off of 2+ pairs of premium polarized shades. You hit it this time.
A drive ASL!
Yes! The shades that are rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people. Because the Shady Rays, well, the Rays are oh so shady.
Oh, so damn shady.
He hit the high note for
I got you, baby.
Because my voice is done.
Hey.
He did the high note for
Drive
me.
yourself.
Throw me the pass. I'm ready to shoot. I'm shooting them like Dalen today
Yes, sir.
from the pool side. Today's show also brought to you by, speaking of which, Circa Resort and Casino, featuring the beautiful, marvelous, what more could you ask for, Stadium Swim, where we are doing our show from today.
Incredible.
It's Vegas' first ever adults-only casino resort, by the way. So you show them your ID at the front door, then you never need to show your ID again once you're in the building. I love that feature. There's a 3-story stadium-style sportsbook, the world's largest, by the way. You got food option all over the place. Victory Burger, where we did our show from yesterday.
Yes.
Project Barbecue. Also, shout out to, where did we have dinner yesterday? That awesome deli?
Saginaw's.
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 Excellent selections there, too. The casino is 7,000 square foot casino with 2 floors, 1,322 slots, 48 table games with dancing dealers, all that jazz. And this right here, the Stadium Swim. 6 pools, 2 spas, open 365 days a year. And that, you see behind us, 143-foot by 40-foot LED screen with sports and gambling all day, all night, all the time. I am in heaven right now. The next time you come to Vegas, your home base needs to be Circa Resort and Casino. I can't wait to get in that pool after our show today.
You can't wait?
You coming to the pool?
No.
Will's going to go play basketball like a dumbass.
And then fall into the pool.
Is it inside?
It's inside.
Okay. Yeah.
It better freaking
It's-
be.
Yeah.
You guys remember
I
shooting
would
hoops
last
on the court in our
maybe
Airbnb
5
last summer?
minutes.
Yes.
I died.
My 3 was on point. I was on fire. I remember
was.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, I was on fire.
It's true. Can't confirm.
Correct. I did my things, man. I did my things.
Shout out and love to Circa Resort and Casino for being such gracious, awesome hosts to us on our summer league trip this year.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, moving on. Let's talk Julian Phillips, the Bulls' second-round pick, 35th overall from Tennessee. The Bulls traded into the second round to get him on draft night. Missed game 1 because his contract was not agreed upon yet. He then played yesterday his summer league debut in game 2. 24 minutes played off the bench. 2 points on 1 of 2 from the field. I think he had a 3 that they reviewed and then switched to a 2.
Right.
And 4 boards, 3 turnovers. I was, look, again, it's his first summer league game as a rookie. It's not like I was expecting the world, but it was a pretty rough entry for Julian Phillips yesterday.
Yeah, well, the first thing you notice is he's small. You know, he needs to have an NBA body.
He's lean.
Yes, that's a great word. Yes,
But he's
lean.
tall, and I think he has the frame where you could see him putting on
Yes,
a good bit of muscle.
correct. But I was honestly, I think, probably like most Bulls fans, I wanted to see him shoot. I just wanted to see the shot. That's all I wanted to see. It looked good, honestly. He took the shot. It looked solid. It went in. It looked good. I was like, fine. Everything else, I was like, he'll learn that. When to switch, you know what I mean, being slow on switches and things like that, and he just wasn't there. You know, his first one, I wasn't really mad about anything I saw, but he definitely needs to hit the weight room for sure.
Yeah. You want to see your guys just take over, right? Like when you draft a guy, you want to see him really dominate the way that Amen Thompson did, that Scoot did. He's a second-round pick, 35th overall. It's his first game. I think the expectations for fans when you have a guy, when you have a rookie, you just want to see him be great right away, and that's just not how it always works out.
Yeah.
When you have guys like Io and Patrick and Dalen, who also haven't really been super dominant right away, it gets a little frustrating.
True.
But I will say, I like Julian. I think he's got the athletic tools to be really good. He did not get a chance to really show those off. You know, I think he was pretty disappointed with the way that he played. But to me, just watching, it felt like he was a little overwhelmed by the speed. Just not quite ready for it yet. And again, first game, that's okay. I think it'll get better. I don't expect him to be like ball in his hand, dribbling 10 times before, you know, getting everybody into the offense or just like bulldozing his way to the rim. I don't think that's his game. I want to see him with the catch and shoot three. There was that whole thing about like his form changing from high school and AAU to college.
Right.
I tried to ask him about that a little bit post game, and he feels really comfortable shooting. I just want to see him get it up a little bit more. So we'll see that on Tuesday night when they play next.
And that's the other, I'm glad that I'm going to get another opportunity to see him. So, that's the bad thing.
Just stay healthy.
Yeah, you're mad he wasn't in the first game, but you do get another opportunity to see him get out there and play, especially with Lewis hurt. You'll definitely get the opportunity.
Speaking of that athleticism that we're all excited about, we were chatting with Julian Phillips post game, and our guy Darnell from The Athletic, shout out Darnell, was asking Julian. He was like, I'm going to grill you a little bit right now, but I'm very disappointed because I thought you had two great opportunities to display that 43-inch vertical that you had the greatest of at the NBA Combine this year on some blocks, and both times I thought you were going to go up and swat a guy, you didn't. What's up with that? And shout out to Darnell for the bold question for a second-round pick playing his first game ever. And Julian was very modest and kind in his answer. It was basically look, you got to pick and choose your spots. I feel like I am a good shot blocker and can be a good shot blocker in the NBA with my length and my jumping ability. But you're not going to try and block everything. Every time.
No, not every time. And that's a great answer. You know what I mean? Coming from a rookie to handle that and say, okay, I'm going to tell you the truth about what it's supposed to be. So, no, I like Julian Phillips as a person. We understand that, but I just want to see him get stronger, and I want to see more opportunity for him in this next game.
Yeah, and he's big. He's significantly bigger than
Dalen
Terry.
Big,
I think he's got some real potential to be
a
big defender who can guard up and down. Definitely got to put on some weight. Measured, I'm just looking at the database that I put together pre-draft. Measured 6'6" and 3/4. So probably closer to 6'8", 8.5 in shoes. But he looks significantly taller than Dalen.
He does.
I think he's got the size to be able to really defend. The athleticism is there. 43-inch vertical. I think he's got some real potential. But again, let's just take it slow.
And that's one of the things that AK made sure to touch on when he did his press conference post-draft, talking about why they liked Julian Phillips. And he said, look, his size, his athleticism. What up, buddy? oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
I was a little worried about that.
I'm trying to stay in the shade, but I can just feel myself baking.
None for me. I'm okay.
Dude, yeah.
Thank
you. My pasty white bloodlines are crying out in vain right now. I am Casper the Ghost just cooking right now. Thanks, RK.
He cares.
RK looks like such a freaking champion right now.
He does, because he is.
Rocking the Rainbow Nuggets
literally
jersey.
is.
He is
literally a champion. Yes. That's why he looks like it.
Just the glow. Right. The championship glow. You talk about that from the Bulls back in the day all the time, Dave. The championship glow.
Come on now. Come on.
Rockin' Scotty.
It's how I do. Looks amazing. Shout out to him.
What were we talking about? Oh, Julian Phillips, right. So
too cool.
AK was talking about Phillips and his leaping ability when they drafted him, but also the fact that he thinks he can be a multi-positional defensive player at the NBA level, right away. AK said he can come in and defend in the NBA and defend multiple positions in the NBA right now. And I thought that stood out to me as a pretty bold statement from AK.
Yeah. No, you're right. And shout out to AK who said hi. That was nice seeing AK. That was cool. Shout out to him. But
Dave's friends with everyone.
But yeah, man, he didn't look lost out there, especially on defensive end. He knew just where to be. He knew the rotations. He knew the switches. He knew those things. He was just slow on some stuff when it happened, but he knew exactly where to be and how to play it. And that's the kind of stuff I like because I don't have to teach that. You got it already. Now let's work on the easy stuff, shooting, being faster, being stronger. Those are things he can really control to get him on the court faster.
Yeah, and I think AK's got to hype up his guys, right? He's never going to, say the Vooch trade was bad or that Julian Phillips is, a ways away or something. So you have to take that with a grain of salt. That's just a GM being a GM. I think Julian is a bit of a ways away on both sides. But again, it's game one. He was a second-round pick. Let's temper the expectations. Right. I think a lot of times, and I was talking to Darnell about this too pregame, we're too focused on what guys can't do instead of what they can do. I think both Dalen and Julian showed that they have some NBA skills.
Yeah.
And once you start to build on those, then you'll be able to get more minutes. You'll get to, develop your game a little bit more. But you have to have one or two things that you can point to and say, this is why I need to be on the floor. And I think with Julian, it's the athleticism and it's the defensive potential. With Dalen, obviously the defense has been really good, but also the playmaking and the connective passing. I just think you got to get them more reps. I mean, the NBA game is so much faster than college. It's so much faster than AAU. Like they need time to adjust to this. And again, it would be great if they were, Scoot Henderson just completely dominating game. That's the second overall pick for a reason. Third overall pick, whatever it was. I mean, it's a different thing.
Shout out to Larry Strickland in the comments who said, Sanogo! I know it's early, but he's a goon, and I'm here for it. Okay, so speaking of guys that the Bulls added on draft night this year, undrafted UConn, Adam Sanogo, played again yesterday and only played 18 minutes, but 12 boards, 6 on the offensive glass, and chipped in 8 points. I mean, we talked about his size on yesterday's show. That man, as Larry says in the comments, he's got a bit of goon in him, and he is a rebounding machine.
Yeah, he definitely has that in him. He's a big man that knows how to be a big man. Like, that's 100%. It. He was like, this is me. This is all I do.
Hang out
this
with
is how I roll.
Patrick Williams.
You look up, yes. You look up, I looked up and I was like, damn, he got 7 rebounds already? I was like, wow. He knows how to do that stuff. He going against Jen Sebo was fun to watch.
I'm glad
because that was a matchup. He did a solid job against Jen Sebo. Kenny Lofton Jr., but he's Jen Sebo. He did an awesome job.
And Sebo was there.
He was definitely there, watching the two big dudes do stuff. Yes, right in front of you. And my man was handling him, though. He was doing a great job against him. Of course, Sebo got him a few times, but overall, I thought it was a good matchup, and he held his own.
Kenny Lofton is a gigantic human being.
He's a big boy.
He had a dunk, right in front of us, and we were
With
just watching
the rim,
watching the entire stanchion shake for the entire 24-second shot clock on the other end. It was just like waving.
And then there was that other play down on the baseline we were sitting on, Will, where I can't remember what the result of the play was. Maybe he got fouled, but he went up and then went down hard. And Will turned to me and said, the earth just shook underneath us. And it legitimately did.
But so, that's the kind of guy that Sanogo was playing against. Daniel Oturu also got heavy minutes in that game. So Sanogo only 18 minutes, 12 boards. I mean, that's big numbers.
Yeah.
But again, the first game, I think he was 2 for 8 from the field. This time, 3 for 5. His touch around the rim was supposed to be his calling card. So I'm glad he got a little bit more comfortable down there. And again, it's against a guy who is much bigger than most even NBA bodies, right? So I think he has potential to be kind of a dominant force down there.
He does,
especially in the G League.
Yes. Oh my God, he's definitely G League ready for sure.
Absolutely.
You saw that. Absolutely. He could be out there dominating, doing his thing. So, but he's solid. He's solid.
We touched on Dalen's defense earlier, but I did just want to also remember. Like, I remember there were a few possessions where Dalen was guarding Kenny Lofton Jr. And oh my, you could fit 2 Dalen Terrys into one Kenny Lofton Jr.
Maybe even 3.
Maybe 3, 2.5 for sure.
3.
So like, shout out and credit to Dalen because he was hounding him and trying to contain him as best he could, and that is just about as impossible of a matchup as you can get.
True indeed.
There's more championship glow right there. Dev, our guy, hanging out.
Just beams.
Okay, before our break, I did want to quickly touch on also the guy who I thought was the Bulls player of the game yesterday, maybe the Bulls player of the game so far in Summer League, and that is the DePaul product, Javon Freeman-Liberty. Led the Bulls with 24 points yesterday, also had 6 boards, 5 assists. He also spoke with us after the game, and he was talking about his grind, and speaking of G League, saying, so he played for the Summer League Bulls last year, and then played with the Windy City Bulls in G League this past season. Now he's back playing Summer League again, and he was just talking about his grind, putting in that work. Will, you were asking him about those developmental steps of the process to try and find his way to the NBA. Watching him these 2 games, I've seen him play a handful of times before. I love Javon's game. I think it's great, and I think it's capable of being a game that is a player getting minutes in the NBA. Ooh. I don't know whether or not that's with the Bulls. I just really want to see that guy get his shot because he also strikes me as a very that dude's got a good head on his shoulders, and he's doing this for all the right reasons, and he just wants to play.
Yeah. No, you're right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, he is a very versatile offensive player. We saw him put up numbers, 24 points on 15 shots. He looked like he could score at an NBA level out there. He can shoot it, he can get to the rim, he can finish over the top. He's got decent size, 6'4". I think he could be an NBA player. He was not a two-way player last year, if I recall. So I could see him getting that final two-way spot for the Bulls. And thank you, Allie. As we move forward to get our backs out of the sun. So much cooler.
I feel like Tim Robbins in Shawshank right now. Oh, my God. Sorry, go ahead, Will.
I think we just need to wait a moment and just
let it
appreciate
rush.
the fact that our backs are not
breathe,
searing in this Vegas sun. Too bad they don't have Shady Rays for your back.
Dude.
I guess that's called sunscreen.
Y'all think I'm playing hurt?
There's your next product idea, Shady Rays. Get to it.
Yo.
But here's the thing with Javon is that for a guy who plays like that, it's like when you talk about prospects, it's about scalability. Can you scale up and do that at the NBA level?
Yeah.
Because you have to be so good at just everything, at scoring, at facilitating, at playmaking. If you're going to have the ball in your hands for heavy minutes at the NBA level, you just need to be so good. So do you have skills that can, allow you to play off the ball a little bit more? Yeah. Can you defend? Can you earn minutes in other ways? Even if you're not just being super ball dominant. So I think that's the key is like, do we see areas of his game that you could put him on the floor with DeMar and Zach and say he can play off those guys? And I don't know yet. We'll have to see. But like, he has shown that I think he can score at the NBA level. I would like to. Hopefully the Bulls keep him around on a two-way or just in the Windy City again. He's only 22, I think, so he's got a lot of time to develop. But I really like what we saw from him yesterday. He looked like just kind of a dominant offensive player.
Yeah, it's slowing down for him. I think that was the main thing I saw from him in that game. He didn't look overrun. It didn't look like it was overwhelming, anything like that. The game slowed down for him. 2, he's got his own shot now. Right side of the floor. If he gets over there, he's taking that shot and it's going in.
Right.
So that's awesome to see too.
Yeah.
So those 2 things he didn't have previously, he's got them now, and he looks more comfortable, bro.
Shout out to Sahizm in the comments who said, I think it'll be easier for the youth to get minutes if we just focused on them instead of being an 8th seed win now team. You make a valid point. Good luck convincing the Bulls brass that that's the direction this team needs to go.
I want to win, bro.
All right, let's take our next break. When we come back on the other side, we're going to bring in our friend Gerald from PHNX Suns to talk a little bit about the Bulls free agent additions this summer, because that dude's been watching them play game after game
I've been told
from their previous teams. While we're sharing these words from our friends and sponsors, hit that thumbs up button if you haven't yet and you're hanging out with us on YouTube. Make sure you also subscribe to CHGO Sports on YouTube. Today's show brought to you by our friends at the Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary. All over Illinois and the Chicagoland area. Chicago, Sunnyside is your home for judgment-free cannabis shopping, a place where all kinds of visitors are welcome to explore, discover, and purchase a wide array of high-quality products. They've got everything you need to elevate your summer. This is it. This is now. It's July 9th. It's 100 degrees here in Vegas. That's summer. Sunnyside Cannabis is summer. It's your one-stop shop for all your cannabis needs, and they offer easy online ordering plus in-store pickup, a great transparent loyalty program they call Sunnyside Rewards. Illinois' best dispensary from the city to the burbs, Wrigleyville to River North, Champaign, even South Beloit. Try my personal favorite, the Good News brand gummies. They're a little orange, tangy gummies. They're delicious.
Nice.
Just the right amount of kick to those. Now through August, head to sunnyside.shop and use code CHGO25 at checkout for 25% off your total order. One use per customer, not stackable with other promotions. But that's not only for new customers. Anyone can use our promo code CHGO25 for 25% off at sunnyside.shop. I think I saw our friend throwing a hat in the comments say he stopped by one of the Sunnyside Chicago locations yesterday. Forgot to use the promo code. Get with the program, man.
What are you doing here?
More affordable, wonderful products from Sunnyside. Check it out. Promo code CHGO25 at sunnyside.shop. Elevate your summer, people.
Oh, I like this.
Thank you.
Well done.
I am burning. I can use some Sunnyside to mellow myself out right now.
But Pins and Aces, you can also use that.
Ooh,
some of that awesome gear that they
can.
wear. You add some on. You add some on. Looks awesome. Official golf apparel partner of CHGO and All City. Got to love the Pins and Aces. Amazing polos, hats, golf bags, and of course, the Matt Pack beer sleeve. What you call them? Sixer in a roadie?
Sixer in a roadie, man.
Sixer in a roadie.
7 beers.
Stick them in there. Put them in your golf bag. Take them with you. They won't last the whole round if you're hanging with us. The high grows. But it's an awesome product to have. PinsandAces.com. Use the promo code CHGO. 15% off of your first order. And you get some free shipping. Pins and Aces. Because when you look good, you play good. And when you play good, it's all good.
I came down to the lobby here at Circa before heading out. We all headed out to dinner Friday night.
Yeah.
I was not in the lobby 1 minute before getting a compliment on my Pins and Aces shirt.
Wow.
People love those shirts, man.
Yes.
Also, in Vegas in the summer, those things are so breathable.
Yeah,
Yes.
It was like the only way to stay cool was
Yes.
wearing my Pins and Aces shirt.
Yes.
Shout out to them. All right, let's do this. Let's scoot.
Scoot,
We're going to
scoot.
bring in Gerald to
I'm
talk
as far
about
as I go.
Javon Carter and Torrey Craig. Let's see if we can
Get
find
him
some
in.
room
Get
in
him
here.
in. Hey.
Give it
Look
up for
at
Gerald,
him.
everybody.
Look at him. Look
What's
at
going
him.
on?
Look at this man.
How we
CHGO
doing?
Look at
debut.
this man.
Oh, dude, it is so damn hot.
Oh, no.
So Gerald's part of our amazing PHNX Suns coverage team. Well, so far, how's your summer league been? You having fun?
Yeah, we're having a great time. We got to watch our second-round rookie play, so that was exciting. He was actually pretty good. So,
Heyo.
yeah, it's been great.
Must be nice.
Oh, must be nice.
Sorry, I didn't mean to rub that in.
We must be nice. You guys had Bradley Beal hanging out here at Summer League yesterday. Suns
was, he
fans
was.
excited. But we also saw hanging out courtside yesterday one of the Bulls' new acquisitions, free agent Torrey Craig, giving the Bulls some more size at the forward positions and just badly needed three-point shooting.
Yeah.
For the love of God, thank
Desperate.
you.
Thank you.
What can Bulls fans be most excited about with the addition of Torrey Craig? And do you think, from your point of view, that he belongs in the Bulls' starting five to begin next season?
It's a good question, and I feel like all last year, he was vacillating between like a starting role, coming off the bench. He did whatever the Suns asked of him, and the three-point shooting, I hope that holds up for you guys, because if you look at his numbers, he shot a career high, but every place he's been in his career other than Phoenix, he has not shot the ball well. So hopefully he can carry that forward for you guys, but he's just a solid two-way player. He's really active on the offensive glass. A lot of people had to game plan for him and Josh Okogie because they're just maniacs on the boards like that. So I think he has a legitimate shot at the starting five. I think it's going to be tough for him, but he did play really well when he was a starter last year.
So let me ask you this. The Suns, I thought, did a really, really good job filling out the roster with vet minimums around the big however many. And Torrey Craig seems like the guy that would fit right in around those guys. He was already on the team. Why do you think they didn't bring him back? Was there some sort of disconnect? Was he just like ready to leave town? What do you think?
It's a good question, and I honestly think it might have just been they were apart on what he wanted for a deal and what they were willing to pay him for one. A lot of people were kind of theorizing because the Suns are pushing up, they're going right past that second luxury tax apron, that they had his bird rights, so they could have signed him.
Apron.
Yeah, the Ishbia apron. They could have signed him to like a 2 or 3 year deal in like the 8 to 10 million range, maybe more than he's worth, but just to bring him here. But I think they liked a lot of the vet minimum guys that they were able to go out and target. And I think I saw on Instagram or Twitter, he responded to somebody. They were saying, "We want you back in the Valley," and he was like, "You got to talk to them, man." So
Interesting.
Too late.
that's gone now.
First of all, vacillated. That's what you said?
Yeah, that's the word.
We love vocabulary.
We appreciate
there we
good
go.
vocabulary words here
Shout
at
out to you for
CHGO
that.
Bulls.
Amazing. But tell us about him as a person, because I'm sure you spent time around him. How is he off the court for you, in your opinion?
Yeah, no, he's a chill dude. He's a great guy. He's easy to talk to. He's got a little sense of humor to him, and he's got a lot of experience. Like, he knows how hard he's had to fight in his career to be this role player, to be this guy that teams want, who can contribute on both ends. So I think he knows that he's fortunate to be where he is, but he's put in all the work to get to that stage, and so he's got a really cool perspective on life in that way, because he had to fight to make his NBA career happen in that way.
Word.
I mean, you mentioned the fact that he had a career three-point shooting year, and that his career numbers behind the arc are not as high as they were this season, and whether or not that will carry over. That is kind of a sore subject for Bulls fans, because we traded for Vooch when he was having a career year behind the arc.
Right.
And that's worked out great for us. We just signed him to a new deal
Eddie,
last week.
Eddie.
I mean, come on.
Eddie.
It was sitting right there
So
for me. I
petty.
couldn't help myself.
You are who you are.
I really like the addition of Torrey Craig. I think he is exactly the kind of player that the Bulls needed.
Yeah.
They also needed some help in their backcourt. The Bulls finally admitting after the season ended that Lonzo Ball is not going to play at all next season, coming still dealing with that knee issue. He had cartilage replacement surgery. We'll see if he ever comes back. All the best to Lonzo. But also adding Javon Carter in free agency, a guy you've also spent a lot of time watching. What are your thoughts on Carter? And same question, do you think he slides into that Bulls starting lineup alongside Zach LaVine?
I don't know if he's a starting caliber player, to be honest with you. I think what he did in Milwaukee last year was kind of what you would hope for to optimize him. Like a guy that comes off the bench, gives you like 8 points, shoots the ball well, has improved in being able to get his shot, and then he's just his nickname is the Bulldog for a reason. Like he's a hound on defense. He will chase guys 94 feet up the floor. He's got that grit and that toughness to him that you would love to see in a starting lineup or off the bench. I think it's best optimized coming off the bench, though.
Were you surprised at the contract that he signed with the Bulls? Because it wasn't a big money for him.
3 years, 20.
Yeah, I thought that was really good value. Like, I thought you guys got him and Torrey for pretty solid value. We could talk about the Vucevic deal being in a different category, but like those two, I really, it's not bad, but like I really like the Javon Carter money that he got, and I think he'll be good off the bench. Like I said, like you guys have a lot of guards that are like backup caliber, maybe starting, but I like him. He's not the best quote. I'll warn you right now, but. He's a good dude as well, and he grinds like he really does.
Right on.
He played high school ball at one of our rivals, so I'm hoping
there you go.
He
opens up in that way.
Talk shit about that.
There you go. Maybe that's the key. Maybe you just with Javon Carter, you got to talk shit to open him up.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Lost many basketball games at Proviso.
For as much as people talked about the fit offensively between the Bulls' big three, Zach, DeMar, but they really hung their hats on the defensive end last season. They were a top 5 NBA defense. Obviously, Alex Caruso leading the way, getting a first-team All-Defense nod, first time in his career. I think Bulls fans are also excited about what Javon Carter can do on the defensive end because the Bulls' perimeter defense has been pretty solid, especially with Caruso playing a career-high number of games last season. Do you think that Javon Carter's defensive game is underrated or underappreciated at all?
I think so, a little bit, and I think it's probably because up until last year he didn't have maybe the offense to go with it. In Phoenix, he shot the ball from 3 really well, but he was a really low usage guy. So I think last year you saw flashes of, okay, this guy can be legit on both ends, and now we can really harness his defense a little bit more for longer stints. So hopefully that's what he's able to provide for you guys. The three-point shot is there. A little creation off the bench never hurt anybody, and he is that guy that he'll fit in perfectly with a top 5 defense like that.
So obviously the Bulls did not accomplish what they wanted to accomplish last year. I think in large part because they've got their structure, their big three, mid three, whatever you want to call them, but they didn't have the right pieces around them to really elevate. How much of a floor? How much do you think those guys raise the floor? If let's say Javon Carter and Torrey Craig are starters at the 1 and 4, around Zach, DeMar, and Vooch. I mean, obviously you're not watching all 82 of these games, but how much do you think they raise the floor for a team that I think they kind of have their guys that can raise the ceiling, but the floor of just getting in I think is really key for them.
No, and that's a good point because I don't think anybody's expecting Torrey and Javon to come in and be 6 Man of the Year candidates or be incredible starters averaging double figures, but they are the exact type of role players that you maybe need around a mid 3 as you call it.
You heard it. You heard that. Yeah.
I'm
you slid that in real smooth. You slid it in smooth.
No slander.
And I appreciated it.
If they can make the playoffs next year, we might re-elevate them to big 3. But.
But I do think that playoffs should be the goal for this team now with those guys. That they should fit in nicely. They know their roles. They're good at what they do. And like I said, they fit in perfectly on the defensive end for you guys.
One more for me is those guys I think at times have done really well in the playoffs. Torrey had the really good start in the first round, but then kind of tapered off. Javon Carter, I think, just with the size, has struggled in the playoffs. Do you think they're high-level rotation players at that time of year?
I think Torrey can be. I don't know if Javon is yet, just because we haven't really seen it to this point. Phoenix, when he was with us in the playoffs, he barely played. Milwaukee, it didn't feel like he was very effective either. So he'll have to prove himself. Torrey, I feel has earned the benefit of the doubt in that way. I think one of the biggest things, the jump from first round to second round, because he was lights out against the Clippers, and then after that it was where did he go? Monty made the switch to put Josh Okogie in the starting lineup for that series to put a guard on Jamal Murray, and I think that changed things for Torrey a little bit. He struggled from the corners. He was missing all the open threes that he hit in the first round. So there might be a little inconsistency to worry about there, but if his role stays the same, I think he'll be good.
Jay Lee in the comments said, "Hey, why are you guys talking to Pete Davidson?" have you ever gotten that comp before, Gerald?
That is what I hope this is a person that also watches PHNX, because literally like a year ago, somebody commented in our chat. They're like, Gerald looks like a well put together Pete Davidson.
Yeah, you look like a not strung out
Right,
Pete Davidson.
I'm Pete
That's a
Davidson
compliment.
after rehab. I'm
Yeah.
the reformed Pete.
A fully ready for life and more well-groomed Pete Davidson. Shout out to everybody hanging out with us in the comments. One, I saw your question about the in-season tournament. We can address that when we're back from Vegas. My one-word answer, dumb.
Oh, no. Don't be a hater, Pat.
We
Don't
can't.
do it.
That's who he is. He's got to be him.
Be on the right side of history. It's going to be fantastic.
He don't care about it. He's on the right side of Peck.
You got to be your truest self, Gerald.
Got to be yourself.
We can't let you out of here before getting your take. I'm not trying to start any shit. We got, RK and Eric, our DNVR fam over here hanging out in the cabana.
Oh, shit.
Are the Suns or the Nuggets the rightful championship favorites?
You heard him.
Coming into the
23-24 Let's do
season?
this.
All
Let's
right,
do
man.
this.
All right.
We
I know.
doing it.
Put up your dukes.
We doing it.
I think the Suns close the gap a little bit, but you still have to give the benefit of the doubt to the defending champs.
Oh!
Very politically correct answer.
I think the Bruce Brown loss is going to be big. I think the Suns did a fantastic job on the margins in free agency. I think Bradley Beal is an upgrade over what Chris Paul is at this point.
Yes.
But you still have to give your respect to the defending champs, and that's the attitude that everybody in Phoenix should be taking.
And when will you
His
be running
job
for
was in
senator?
jeopardy there for a minute, but he hung on.
That was a very politically
When will
correct
you be running for
answer.
senator? That's all we want to know.
Gerald, thanks for hanging out with us for a
Yes,
segment, man.
absolutely. Thanks for having me,
I'll
guys.
look for you either at the pool or the casinos later on.
There we go.
Shout out, thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Also, shout out to our wonderful production crew today, Allie and Marissa, rocking it as always. Got another show on deck, DNVR Nuggets, so we'll get out of here and let them get set up. A couple last shout outs to some of our friends and sponsors back in Chicago. ComEd, get started saving money and energy today. For energy saving tips, lighting incentives, and to schedule your free facility assessment, go to ComEd.com/poweringbiz.
Yes.
And Lewis University, located just southwest of Chicago. Discover a degree from Lewis and how it can help you build a better world. Learn more at lewisu.edu/you can do this.
All night
Thanks
long.
for watching CHGO Bulls Summer League coverage presented by our friends at Shady Rays. Go to shadyrays.com, use that promo code CHGO to get 50% off. What, Dave?
Premium.
Plus Bears.
Of what?
Sorry, I forgot that I shouldn't make you talk more.
Thank you.
2 plus Bears of premium
Polarized.
shades. Will they go Gottlieb, Will_Gottlieb, Big Dave, Bow, BAWL, Sports, Bulls_Peck, CHGO_Bulls. Gerald, what's your Twitter handle?
At Gerald Bourget. It's a tough name to spell. Just look it up.
Boom. You'll find it. We're back with another show tomorrow, same time. Back at Victory Burger tomorrow, is that
Yes.
right? We'll see you there. We're going to go hit the pool. Actually, I'm going to get in the shade real quick. Thanks for tuning in, Bulls fans. We love you.
He's
We
on fire.
appreciate you. #CHGO Vegas. We'll talk to you soon. See you, Red. Be good.
Peace.